Hello, everyone. Welcome to today's Thursday Thought Leadership. On Thursday Thought Leaderships, I reach out to people like Julio. Welcome, Julio. And we go into the brains of the founders and the CEOs of companies. And we try to understand what they are trying to do during these hard times. And if there are any tips that they can share to help build and grow your bakery company. Welcome, Julio.
Welcome. It's my pleasure to be with you. It's a great honor.
Hey, before we go into the interview, I want to share a video of yours so that people understand a little bit more about what you do. You know how pictures tells the story of 1,000 words. So, let's have this video uh, help tell your story. Okay.
Okay, fantastic. Hope you enjoy.
Awesome.
Mhm.
Julio,
Thank you.
tell
This
us a little
later.
bit more about what you did there in that particular video.
Yeah, basically in that video we show a pan bread operation, but as you could see, it's not like a fully automatic one. It's something anywhere from 1,500 to 2,000 pieces an hour.
Okay.
We have 6 ovens in order to take care of that, but rack
Mm-hmm.
ovens. That's one of the most popular configuration we have. It's we serve the group of bakers that are looking to grow, but they are not ready for the big jump. So
This is
that's
what I
the.
want to talk to you about. Not too
Mhm.
many equipment solution providers target that particular group. And for me, it's such a hard group to cater on for a target because they're so small, right? But people don't understand that it's the smaller bakers, it's the growing bakers that need the most help in this. A lot of them come from just, hand forming stuff. And what's the
Exactly.
next step? Is the next step hire more people to hand form more stuff? Or, maybe talk to someone like you, right? So before we go into that, I wanted to ask you a little bit. Let's hear a little bit about your background story. How did you come to do this? What's your experience?
Yes, I'm fourth generation baker myself. My whole family is bakery related since the 1800s. So I moved in 2006 to US from Puerto Rico. I have the opportunity to work at very good companies. One of your sponsors as well. I used to work for Puratos, if I could say.
Yeah.
as a technical advisor.
Paradise is a
And
great
then,
company.
yes, it is a great company. It's a fantastic team. So I had the opportunity to be their technical advisor in Florida and the Caribbean. Then the innovation center, it was handled by me there. Then I moved to another group to do gluten-free, organic, then artisan breads, then commissaries. You know, I did a couple of things in from 2006 to 2011, 2012. I'm sorry, and then I started to learn about enzymes myself. Once I left the company, I started to read a bit more, and then I crossed my path with somebody who was looking for a equipment, you know, somebody who helped them with the equipment part. That it was the company Portlamas, the one that I show in the videos. And we start little by little, just, you know, spread the word 4 years ago. And I was working, and then my side job, it was this. And until I have to decide what I have to do, and I decide for the business. And 2 years ago, I start like full 100%. I jump and go for it, you know,
You're
and
like,
it was a very good
you
decision.
took you took the most foolish step you could ever take as an entrepreneur. That's what I tell people. It's like, man, that's foolish to be able to go out and yourself, but you know, the rewards could be very big. So
Yeah.
I see that you have taken the right steps, and you have been properly rewarded because your company has just grown amazingly.
Yeah. I'm I feel very blessed for that, you know, yes.
Now you don't speak English, right? I mean,
That's not
you
my
came to this country. I
zero
mean,
English.
correct me if I'm wrong, but you came to this country not knowing the language. How
Yeah,
did you
you
navigate
know,
that?
that was a very tough part. Actually, the toughest one. I could say two words in English, but not together. You know, it was like smoke signal in the beginning.
Oh, I can
But
imagine.
I start to listen videos and radio station and try to, you know, expose myself. And I explain the customer, hey, Mr. Customer, I'll be doing my very best to explain you what I'm trying to say, and everybody respect that and help me. And at least now even you could see this is not my native tongue, but it's we could communicate with the customer, baker to baker. That's the key. Is I speak baking.
That is true, and that is so important in this day and age. It's not just what you say, right? It's what you do. I mean, that's all. It's all business. Portion of it, a little, just this little small portion of it is about what you say, but the biggest rewards come from what you do. So whatever you say, you need to have to accomplish, right? And you've accomplished a lot. So this is a very, very competitive field. How did you manage to enter it? I mean, obviously, it's not just equipment, right?
Yes, the main thing for us, we are a customer centered company. Our mindset is all related to customer, and then we speak the language. We speak baking. It's a baker to baker approach, and it's not that much related to how much money I gonna get in one deal. It is the purpose of our company is to become a real problem solver for them. You know, the my customer, our customer base is don't have the luxury to have all the support in the world because they are not big
Oh
enough.
yeah, no. I mean, most of your customer base would probably be, you know, CEOs and bakery owners who have been in this field for about 5 to 10 years. You know, looking to expand their business, so they don't have R&D or QA. They have themselves.
Exactly.
And
So
most of the times, they don't have the experience to develop. So they reach out to people like you. But what do you bring to the table for them?
basically, our first approach is always let me see how can I help you. Let me see if I'm the right resource for you. So we don't charge them to go and visit the facility. We just go there, talk about their actual production, their dreams about how they picture themselves in 5 years, and once we really understand pick up their brain on and and their future, then we present alternative. Most of the time it's just I just help with the process and no sales at all. I just fix. But if we see the money come after a very well executed job. So we just make sure we are a value for that little baker or that bakery that is in that stage. And this is the only thing. It's no magic. It's just strongly, you know, com- commitment with the customer. And then the money will come and the sales will come based on that. That's
So let me
basically it.
ask you, if I am a baker and I just started out, you know, baking bread, pan bread, right? Very,
Mhm.
very low volume. And I'm getting into supermarkets. I'm getting into grocery stores. I'm supplying grocery stores, and they're getting stale fast, right? I mean, I've done a whole series on this, okay? But
Mhm.
they actually need people there to help them to figure this problem out, because it's not just emulsifiers, it's not just enzymes, it's not just, you know, it's the whole thing. It's like, am I baking properly? Am I using the right ingredients? Is my method correct? So you're telling me that you actually go in and give a solution to them on how to actually scale up and make the bread softer.
Yes, and we do thermal profiling thing with them. That it's not
I like to hear
limited.
that. You do profiling for them.
Yeah,
do you
and
offer do you offer like ingredient solutions for them as well?
yes, and basically, you know, we put together like tailor-made solutions because every little bakery or every bakery have the unique environment. So we instead of do like something out of the shelf, we just really understand they need a little bit more volume, they little bit more resilience, and then we just put together a little bit of love, and we offer them a tailor-made solution.
A little bit of love, a lot of hard work. Commercialization
Yes.
takes so much time.
Yeah, that's the toughest
Rollouts
part.
take so much time. We all know that. Every time you
Yeah.
put in an equipment, you know, you need the technical teams. Oh, well, in our large scale commercial bakeries, every time we put in an equipment, we need a commercialization team to commercialize the product. You know, that's just money, you
Mm-hmm.
know, that the company doesn't want to spend, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I think this is what you offer, is you offer, you know, putting in the equipment, you know, doing the commercialization runs for them, and then making sure that everything works before you leave.
Yeah,
So
and with our network, which is the most important thing, is I could not afford a full team, 100% with me on board when I started, and then I just put together. I just call every single friend. I've been in the industry. Every family members and every friend that I have is a baker. So I just put together, everybody in the team. Look at then if a customer need a guy for pastries, I look for a pastry guy. If I need a chocolatier, I look for another one. And so I just put together
that's
whoever
awesome.
I need. And then when I finished my first year, my accountant said, "Hey, that kind of worked for you. Okay, let's do this more organized." And then I'm pretty sure. And basically, that's our business model.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
bring in whoever we need in order to serve the customer, and we just charge them as they need, as they go.
Yeah, so basically, if you're a baker, a confectioner, a chocolatier, Julio wants to be your friend
Yeah,
because Julio will have projects for you.
yeah, and everybody get happy because everybody get their two cookies.
Yeah,
If the customer have this and we too.
I see you serving a very particular niche. And actually, it's a pretty big niche. It's a very, very growing niche, too. And we're talking about the Latin American foods market, Latin
Yeah.
American customers. Yeah. So could you say that what you see in this developing market is more health conscious foods or not so much health conscious foods? Are they more conscious about gluten free? Are they more conscious about vegan or keto? What have you seen so far?
Actually, it's a little bit of everything. I have, in a particular part of the niche, it's just looking the pleasure to eat what they used to eat in their countries,
Oh,
and so we could indulge them with the core of their formulations.
okay.
But also, then it's as everybody, the younger generations are demanding healthier alternatives. So it's not something that is it's not like a cookie cutter thing. We whatever is the market we are serving. So we analyze their need and we just offer whatever alternative they need. So we put together the little tailor-made solutions with maybe 0.25%, 0.50. So in that we put everything they need, and they just run with their commodity ingredients, but we just bring the science of whatever they want to achieve.
I love it. So, say I just exited from the tech industry and I've got maybe a few millions dollars in my pocket and I want to create a authentic, Latin American pastry, but I have no knowledge in baking. Would you be able to just create a line for me?
Yes, yes, definitely. Because when we go, we visit the source. We learn. I travel quite often now. With the COVID, it's a little bit less, but I travel quite often to learn the basic of whatever formulation I need. So if I want something from a specific country, I go to the country. I visit several of the bakeries, try to understand who's the best, and try to understand the product itself. And then I just come and just write the formula and then validate the yeah. This is the way.
Awesome,
Yeah, you could do that.
because there are lots of investors out there who are looking for turnkey solutions. And I hope you bring the personnel and the talent to the picture as well. Some people just want to invest, they don't want to run. So this could be something that you eventually could fall into, is just provide entire turnkey solution to the plant so that someone can invest in it.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
awesome. That's so good to
that's a very
hear.
good idea.
That's more ideas coming into this brain of mine. So feel free to tap in anytime. That's so awesome for you to come on today, Julio, and sharing experience with our audience and sharing your story on how you grew. Before I end this interview, I would like to ask you, because you are so creative, right? What is your top leadership tip for companies?
Love your team. Yeah, you are nobody without your team. Just make sure everybody feel appreciated. Everybody get the part of glory in the project, that deserve. And just make sure. I learned something like very, very early with an Italian guy that it was kind of my mentor. He was like almost 80 years old, and he said, Julio, everybody around your table must eat. So just make sure your team members get not just the reward in money, but also the reward in the specific the part of the glory. It's not me. I absolutely nobody without my team members.
Yeah,
And
share the love.
yeah,
It's all about sharing the love and making them feel appreciated in every little sense of, your capability, even though it's just dropping a note, just saying great job, and just really help them along understand that their job's important to you, their work's important to you, and their personality is important to you. So totally understand that. That's a great tip. Team is what you need to grow your company. You can't do this alone. you know
okay.
Possibly you can do it to the first 100, 200,000 in sales, but beyond that, when you want to aspire to do 10, $20 million in sales, you can't do it alone. You have to depend on people, and you have to build a good team and good ideology behind that. So thank you for coming on, and thank you for sponsoring BAKERpedia, and I look forward to partnering with you on more projects.
Fantastic. I'll be very happy to do that and share with everybody whatever they may need.
Thank you, Julio.